Hey there, thanks for visiting my Laurie Pop channel, Ideas That Pop on YouTube. Today I'm showing you how to make that cute snowman wreath that has been on your Pinterest page like mine for almost 3 years, but you've never tried it, okay? My mom was here and she's like, oh, did you see the cute little snowman wreath I posted on Facebook? And I was like, oh yeah, it's been on my Pinterest page for years and I've never done it. I just love how cute he is, the whimsy of him. I love the twinkle in his eye, kind of like the magic of Christmas, the twinkle in a kid's eye, the twinkle in parents' eyes, knowing what's coming on Christmas Day. I just love the crooked little nose, the sweet little smile. He just is happy. He's just peaceful. And that's the way I want to be in this Christmas spirit this year. All right, so this is how you start it. All right, the materials that you're gonna need, starting from the back, is 2 wire wreath rings. I will link everything below and you can see the pictures of what I'm talking about and where to buy them. I found everything at Michael's and some things I had in my house. But these wire rings, you can tell, have about 3 or 4 rows to them. They're really cheap. They're like $2.50 each, and the sizes need to be 12 inches and 8 inches. All right, and it looks really small, okay? But on a door, it's a regular sized wreath because of this deco mesh. It just pops out. It just adds another 4 or 5 inches to the wreath. And I used 3 rings or 3 cylinders of the deco mesh iridescent extra wide ribbon. It's considered ribbon on the Michael's website, and it's white, and you'll see it has some pink, some turquoise in there when you hold it up to a certain light, but it's really white when you see it at a distance. And you want it to be 9 or 10 inches wide and 6 yards is what the length that I bought, okay? And I used 3 of those. So it doesn't have to be perfect, doesn't have to be 9 inches, it can be 10 inches because you're gonna cut them into little squares. All right, you also need zip ties. And these zip ties I bought, there are a jillion of them in there. There are long ones, there are some short ones in there. I don't know if you can see that. There are some short ones. I just use the short ones. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna join the 8-inch wreath ring to you're gonna put it inside of the 12-inch ring. And you're gonna attach them really tight in 4 different places, like the 4 hemispheres, okay? And that's just to keep the 2 rings as one, okay? Okay, you're also gonna need white pipe cleaners. Now, I bought a pack at Hobby Lobby with like 2,000 in them, and you only are gonna need like, I think around 30, 50, something like that, and you're gonna cut them into thirds. There we go. And it doesn't have to be perfect. All right, you're gonna be twisting them, but you want them to be into 3 pieces each. So then what you're gonna do is you're going to get your ribbon ready, this mesh ready. Look at his cute little bow. I just got the ribbon this morning and found this for like $1.50 at Michael's, and I just hot glued it on the ribbon. Okay, but I'll get to that. All right, so for the ribbon, what you're gonna do is you're gonna unroll it around 9 or 10 inches wide, and you're wanting it to be like a square. It does not need to be perfect, okay? Because everything is gonna come out around the same width, the same length, the same depth, all right? So you're going to cut it into 9 or 10 inches, and you're going to start, like, lay it on your lap and start scrunching it up. And you see I need to change the direction of my ribbon because you want the wires to be, like the wiry part of the ribbon to be on the left and right, not top and bottom, because you're scrunching from the top and from the bottom. So you're gonna scrunch from the top and the bottom, and then you're gonna tie those with one of your thirds. Okay, you're gonna wrap that around the little deco mesh to where it looks like a big fat bow, okay? It doesn't have to be perfect, just twist it like 2 or 3 times. Then you've got this extra sticking out, and you're gonna attach that piece of deco mesh to the outermost ring, and you're gonna twist it like another 2 or 3 times, and it'll slide back and forth just a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so then you're gonna take another one, scrunch it from the top and the bottom, twist it a couple of times in the middle with your white pipe cleaner, and then you're going to attach that right beside that ribbon that you've just put on. And you start with the outer ring of the wreath, the largest wreath. And you can see you're going to fit around 8 to 10-ish ribbons around each little section of your wreath. And just so you know, I wore a cardigan when I was assembling this and cutting the ribbon. The ribbon picks to everything. Like you'll see, watch. See how it picks? So do not wear a cardigan. Wear an old t-shirt or something. And it's going to get your skin too, but it's so worth it. It's adorable. All right, and then when you finish the first little section of the outer ring, you can turn it around and you'll see, oh wow, a wreath is forming. So you go all the way around the outer ring. Then you'll skip down 2 rows, 2 spaces. And you're gonna start on that row. And you'll see when you start doing that, that it is starting to get really tight, all right? And then you just finish up with the inside circle and you'll have your wreath. Now, my mom and I, the way that I recommend doing this is you both cut those 9x10 squares, both of you, because you've got 3 rolls. So both of you cut them, and then one of you start scrunching and twisting. Take another one, scrunch and twist. Then the other one of you is going to take those scrunched and twisted ribbons and you're going to start attaching it to the wreath. It will take you about 1 hour and 15 minutes if you have a friend or a wonderful mom who's so great, my favorite cheerleader, she's just so sweet, working with you, then that will take you a little less time. I was done after 1 hour and 15 minutes. So if you're doing this by yourself, give yourself a couple of days to get this done. All right, so you've scrunched everything, you've attached everything to your wreath, and now it is this big puffy white wreath. So cute. And on the back, you'll see you have all these little pipe cleaner pieces. It's pretty pokey. And just so you know, you're gonna need a hook that really juts out. I tried a command strip hook and it does not, this is so poofy, it comes out against the wall like a good 4 inches. So you're gonna need a good size hook to hold it up. Isn't it so cute? I don't even want to put it on my front door. I'm gonna put it inside on a shelf. It's so cute. All right, so let's get to the next supply. These eyes, they're really thin wooden ovals that I bought from Michael's. Painted them black, and then you're going to use a parentheses shapy shape, and then you're going to make like the star that was over Bethlehem that the shepherds sought, and wise men still seek him. All right, let's see. This is a cute little star, and it just makes it look like there's a twinkle in his eye, like, ooh, oh my goodness. All right, then you're gonna need an orange piece of felt. All right, so you're gonna take your folded piece of orange felt and you're gonna trace from what I traced and start cutting it out, and then you unfold it. And then if you have like a jillion extra pillows in your guest room like I do, and you don't have any batting found in the house, just use one of those pillows, cut it open, and get the batting out of that pillow to stuff your carrot. All right, you can see that I started here and sewing it, and I left the tiny part open. All right, so I'm just gonna roll with it and just kind of stuff the batting down in there. I should have sewed starting here and left the big part open, but experience is one of the best lessons. So I'm just stuffing the batting in here, and if I need more, I can put more in there. And just so you know, I have this and the mouth, I have it traced, and you can print it out if you click below. You know, to click below, you've got to be on my YouTube page. So if you're watching me on Facebook, just click over here to take you to the YouTube page. You do not have to subscribe. You do not have to like me, give me a thumbs up on my YouTube channel, but I would appreciate it. But that is where you are going to be able to click show more, and it'll list everything, all the supplies, and you can print off the tracing of this and this. This is about 9 inches, but when you stuff it with batting, it's going to be, as you can see, much thinner. And I love how crooked it is, so it doesn't have to be perfect, all right? And if you look closely, I barely could fit that thing in, okay? It's not pretty up close, but you want it to be 3D instead of just cutting a piece of felt and gluing the whole thing on there. You want this nose to be 3D. It just gives it the personality and makes it even more of a pop, Laurie pop, when people see it. All right, and then for the mouth, I used a black piece of foam board, and I'll give you the tracing below. You just trace it out and cut it and hot glue it on, right on top of the surface, you can see. All right, then for your hat, my favorite part, oh, I think the eyes are my favorite part. Anyway, for the hat, I just cut a plastic hat that I got at the dollar store, okay? And I got this one because it was sequin, but I would not recommend a sequin hat because it's everywhere. And then I bought a ribbon. You can buy any ribbon you want. I don't recommend mesh because it's going to be able to see through to the black. You want it, this is a velvety color, and I really like plaid. If you look at snowman pictures of people who've decorated snowmen, they always have a plaid little ribbon, and I agree, it looks good. And this was like $1, like I said. And you just hot glue a little bitty flower, poinsettia flower. This I just found over by the things that you stick in the Christmas tree topper. And it was, like I said, $1.50. All right, and then that's the hardest part, is gluing on this stinking hat because it doesn't sink down into the mesh. So you have to kind of play with it. I have a really cheap hot glue gun. I should have taken Monica's advice and gotten a really good one years ago. This was like $3. I'll link the one that Monica recommended me to get. All right, I want to show you all my shirt. I got this from the downtown Houston, the Nutcracker Market. Isn't it so cute? All right, I want to take this time to thank each and every one of you, those of you who've watched just a few seconds, few minutes, my whole entire video set. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. I appreciate your comments, your compliments. If you have any ideas of what you want me to make a video on, or organization, DIY, craft stuff, more fashion or makeup ideas, let me know. Coming up, I'm having one on false eyelashes. How in the world can you do it? And each eyelash that you buy, eyelash set, they have numbers that go to them. Anyway, I hope you have a great Christmas and have fun making crafts and making your house comfy, cozy, and Christmassy.